Hello everyone, welcome to 27. A lot of you probably know George actually. He's takes the odd car picture and stuff, so you might have heard of him before. This car is pretty special. I've driven it before when it was pretty standard actually. This was, was about a year ago? Yep. Since then it's actually had a lot of stuff done to it, so George will talk about that later. So I'm going to take it out for a drive first, tell you how I think it drives and how it's changed, and then we'll get George in the seat to drive it properly. It sounds so awesome. No traction control on this baby, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, I've got race mode and everything still.
Oh yeah. So at the moment it allows a certain amount of slip in sport.
So you are in sport. In theory that allows a bit of slip. Speaking to the guys at the factory, they say that's just a safe mode.
Fine, like then we'll leave it in there. I'm happy with that.
But sport mode lets you have fun.
Right, so immediately one thing that jumps out is he's now got Nitron 3-ways on it, and it's just transformed the car. It feels so much more grown up and just so much better. It's incredible what difference shocks make. I think one of the biggest things that you can do to a car . It's so fast. On roads like this, there's so much power there that you just can't even get near it.
Certainly not on this road.
The steering is so full of feel, it's just, it must be one of the best systems that I've come across. Now, the geometry isn't standard. You've got a lot of negative camber on this, and maybe that kind of helps with the feel in a way. But it's probably the most similar I've ever come across to a 911 system, where it's constantly talking to you the whole time.
Well, it's unassisted as well.
It's fabulous. It's really, really, really lovely. So frustrating because there's so much performance there, which I certainly can't use on a road like this.
I can't really on this road either.
It's still enjoyable to drive though, because it feels so good. The chassis just feels so good.
Yeah, it's quite nice just to put it in third or fourth and ride the torque.
Yeah.
But you don't really ever need second on the road unless you're being silly.
The engine is uber responsive as well. The moment you touch the throttle, it just shoots off. And the seats really pinch you on the sides, but as George told me earlier, you get used to it really quickly, and they're actually really, really good.
This video is just going to be me looking a bit scared. Oh, my baby.
It is just awesome, even on the road. I thought it would, it would have been just too much on the road, but it is fantastic.
It's been very important to me to keep it drivable because I do use it on the road so much. So I've kept creature comforts. In fact, I've added creature comforts.
The wheel is exactly in the right place, and I know it sounds like a really stupid thing to say, but quite often in cars, you just can't get it exactly. This is exactly right. The distance to my arms is exactly where you want it, and coupled with the feel that you get, the position of the whole car, everything else, it's brilliant. It's really...
I've worked really hard on that, so you've got a steering wheel spacer.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
So the steering wheel is closer. It wasn't close enough as standard.
It's all the controls are placed perfectly. You know, you got the gear change exactly where you want it. It makes a massive difference. People don't realise little things like that can completely alter the way a car feels. Also, I don't think you've done anything with the pedals, have you? But as they are again perfectly placed for heel and towing the way I do it.
Yeah.
It's you know, and the engine is so responsive. You just need to tap the throttle, and it just does just the right sort of little blip for it. It makes it easy. It's brilliant.
Probably. Slightly more graceful. Practice, eh? You ready?
Yep. Can you give us a quick rundown on the main sort of mods that have been done to this since I drove it?
The biggest thing is probably the power, certainly the most expensive.
Yeah.
It's gone from 345 horsepower up to 463 horsepower. The car weighs about 1,100 kilos roughly, you still need to weigh it.
Yeah.
So that power to weight is about 400 per tonne. So yeah, got that. Big brake kit from Komotec with performance friction pads, which are very bitey. So yeah, the other thing that I've done is I've put a limited slip diff in, which means that when you exit a corner, it will just get the power down a lot better. And if it ever slides, it's a lot more controllable. Got 3-way nitron dampers, which absolutely transform the car. Much more controllable, means that actually you can drive it a lot quicker without being good road, isn't it? Out of control, which is a really nice thing.
So the Komotec kit that you got for the supercharging, that's got a bigger supercharger on it, or did they just use a bigger pulley, or what?
So they changed the pulley,
I
think smaller pulley, and then it's charge cooled, which means you have consistent temperatures on track, which is nice. And then it's manifolds, downpipe, and sports cat. So basically you're increasing the flow, and then you have a new air intake. I've got to say, it feels totally OEM in the way it does everything.
Yeah, it's very controllable in the way it drives. It's very easy. There's been the seats, but then aesthetics as well. You've done loads to this car. The interior is 1,000,000 times better than when I came on it. It's so much more civilised. You've got carpet in it, sound deadening. You've made it much nicer looking with these sort of custom vents, custom trimming, little bits, little details that you've done yourself, like sort of redoing the buttons and so on, and the dials so they're easier to use even if you can't see them. So it's really the level of detail is the main thing for you as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Little things like that.
Yeah, I wanted to make it a much more capable car on track, but I also wanted to be able to use the car on the road, and aesthetically I wanted it to just look a lot better. It looked quite cheap to me before. I think what says it all, I'm a photographer and I didn't have a single picture of the interior before I changed it. I just didn't like the interior before, whereas now I'm proud I show it off.
No, it's nice. It's really made a difference.
So what else have I done to the car? Bigger fuel tank. The wheels aren't standard, but they are... quite a lot of the parts I do are from the newer generation Exiges, because they're effectively developing the new parts.
Well, that was awesome. Thanks very much, George. Well, that's how to properly drive this car anyway. Thank you all for watching. See you for the next one. I'm pretty speechless, really. See you soon.
Cheers.